So, in recent weeks, the internet's been absolutely buzzing with videos of women asking the men in their lives, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? And the general consensus seems to be every day, or almost every day. But why is it that this is the case? And is the answer given as straightforward as it seems, or is there more to it than people think? So this is just my opinion on it. And it's that my opinion is that it's very rarely means in the literal sense of Roman Empire facts, like Antonius Pius dying of a cheese overdose, or Emperor Elagabalus prostituting himself in brothels to men, but more on the line of things like mundane everyday aspects of life based on what the Romans did and how it's affected our modern culture. So things that we take for granted or overlook. We pay very little attention to them actually being attributed to the Roman Empire. However, I do think about Roman infantry formations quite a lot, so phalanxes and testudos, but that's not what I'm on about. What do the Romans do that makes us men think of them almost daily? Well, quite a lot. Quite a lot. Paved and often straight roads were a Roman upgrade to primitive dirt tracks and paths which were just scattered about the place. So the Romans tidied them up, surfaced them and organised them to travel between many of the towns and cities that they introduced to the world, where villages and small settlements were once commonplace. So the Romans introduced towns and cities to a lot of places in their empire. They also formalised sanitation and plumbing, so that was their invention too. We often take that for granted, including the transportation of fresh water into and around cities and sewage away from cities and towns rather than in the streets. So cheers for that, Romans. It's a shame it fell out of fashion for a few hundred years after your empire fell. It came back though. So the early improvement of concrete was another thing the Romans did to become versatile and robust a building material, and it was used far and wide within their empire, playing a vital role in its development and into the modern day. So rather than being wattle and daub and horsehair and stuff like that, they took sand and ash, volcanic ash and limestone, basically made essentially the concrete we've got today. The only thing we've changed is just the method of manufacturing it. Did I mention the roads? It's a good one. How would we know what day it was without the Julian calendar? So you look at the calendar and you should instantly think about the Romans, because the Julian calendar's their invention. So without it, we wouldn't even realise how we either directly or indirectly think about the Roman Empire every single day. So yeah, that list isn't exhaustive. It's not even vaguely everything, but hopefully it gives you a bit of an insight into what goes on in this head. But how men can think about the Roman Empire every day without even trying, we just do. So till tomorrow, think about the Romans.